Good morning and welcome back to Mull. This is actually take two. I have been out on the bike this morning. I did try to shoot this on the loch side, but the wind's up a little bit this morning, and unfortunately, when I got back home, the buffering was just too bad. I hope I've sort of covered it up this time. Um, and it was really annoying because this morning I had a seagull hovering above me in shot, but I've had to delete that video unfortunately. Anyway, today's message from Mull is get walking and hopefully get creative. Now, um, it always amazes me when we have people come to consultation with healthy options, and one of the first things they say is, "I'm not sure I can do much walking," um, or maybe they tell me that a health professional has told them that they shouldn't walk, and maybe treadmill is not going to be a very good idea. And my initial reaction is always the same. It's kind of, okay, so what do you think that's going to look like in 5 years' time? Because if we lose our ability to transport ourselves from A to B, then life starts to look very different very, very quickly. So you can imagine how happy I've been when I've been making my daily phone calls and finding that you guys are almost getting out on a daily basis, many of you, and really making use of your permitted exercise time. And I think it's because we now place a quite a high value tariff on our ability to get outdoors, to go walking, to go cycling, because we have had restrictions placed upon us. We have lost a certain element of our freedom. But I think, like I say, that has placed quite a high tariff on our ability to get outdoors. And I think that's absolutely wonderful that a lot of you are treating your daily walk almost like a prescription and a need, perhaps more than before lockdown. So this may be one of the real benefits of lockdown, is that people start to change their attitude to getting outdoors and to walking in particular. Obviously, there's lots of benefits to a daily walk. We've talked a lot about the benefits of physical activity on these talks. There is a talk on the website about the benefits of physical activity, so I'm not going to labour those points again, but obviously really important in terms of maintaining healthy weight, maintaining function, reducing joint pain, reducing the risk of some of the big nasties in life, reducing the risk of cancer, diabetes, stroke, heart attack. I could go on and on and on. But perhaps one that you may not think about is that research is showing that it makes us more creative. And in some cases, up to 60% more creative while we're walking. So we tend to have our best thoughts when we're walking or cycling, or doing some sort of rhythmical action, where perhaps our brain comes away from the stresses of daily life and starts to focus on other elements. So we tend to have more of those eureka moments, like aha moments. And that's something I want to focus on today. And I want us to get a little bit creative and help a certain individual from Atlantis Leisure. Now, a lot of you may know Ewan Roberts, who is one of the duty managers at Atlantis Leisure. And myself and Ewan had a chat yesterday, and Ewan has been pondering over a little project for some time, revolving around developing a walking guide for Oban, because there's not actually that much out there. So what Ewan would like to do is to compile a portfolio of walks, primarily from around Oban itself, from leaving from Oban itself, but also walks that you could do within about half an hour's drive of Oban. And also walks you could do via a ferry journey from Oban. So thinking about the surrounding islands. So let's think about Ling, Easdale, Kerrera, Lismore, and Mull. I know it's a little bit more of a trip out to Mull, but still be done. And perhaps walks you could do from ferry terminals on those neighbouring islands. And he would like your help to compile these walks. So what he would like us to do is to send in information about your favourite walks, close by or places where you know you can drive to, in and around Oban, and tell us a little bit about them. So think about the parking, what's the terrain like, how long would it take to do it, is there a cafe or a pub or maybe a little restaurant nearby, because these things will eventually open up at some point, and we will get back to regular walking on sort of the Rewild group. Eventually it will happen, but in the meantime, wouldn't it be fantastic if during lockdown we could help to shape and guide and develop a resource for not just ourselves, but for everyone who might be referred to Healthy Options or come along to Atlantis in the future, and be able to help them to improve their own health and well-being by taking part in these walks. You may have found walks that you didn't know existed over the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks. So if you could send those in to myself and Katie on our personal WhatsApp, that would be great. If you have any photos that can accompany those walks, that would be great. And we'll feed those on to Ewan, and then hopefully at the end of this we'll have something that can actually be published. And this is not just a throwaway project. This is a proper real project with some financial backing behind it potentially. And wouldn't it be amazing if during lockdown we could play a part and have a stake in developing a resource that could actually be used as part of the rehab for those who have developed COVID-19 and who will need pulmonary rehab after this. So exercise to improve the condition of their lungs, their lung efficiency, and their ability of their body to take up oxygen. And I think that would be a really nice outcome if we could play a part in that. So let me know your favourite walks, and tell me as much about them as you possibly can. If you have GPS information, as I know some of you have, that would be great, but that is not essential by any means. Ewan will be able to research these and place them on a map. And I think it's a great little project for us, a community-led project that we can all get involved with. So I'm going to leave you there and get walking, get creative, and I will see you tomorrow. As always, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, then if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It helps us immensely going forward. And finally, if you haven't picked up your resistance band yet from the Jacksons, the Butchers, then please get yourself in there and pick them up. There's still some waiting to be picked up. If you're having any problems getting there, let me know and I'll remedy the situation for you. Okay, take care guys. Bye bye.